What's good, YouTube? I am joined by Saint Matix, a regular of our stream, and what'd you just do, man?
Managed to get top 8 at the Altoona, Iowa Regional.
And you use this deck in front of us, Metalfoes. Can you explain a bit about what you played and why, and let's get into your tournament report.
Yeah, so mostly just go through some of the standard stuff. You have to play the 15 Metalfoe cards, the 3 Magic Specters, and then the 1 Karen. I'm also managed to tech in the 1 Nikomata for that extra Totem Bird access, and an extra search ability for Boombuku. 2 Archfiend Eccentrics. I was going to play 3, but I couldn't find the third one before that, and so I didn't want to go over 40 for my deck space, so I just put it at 2, and I thought it worked out really well. The 1 Luster, you have to play it. I played the Gofu build just because I want to have more explosive plays with the Synchro mechanic and be able to out anti-spell fragrance with Vermilion Mech Dragon if I needed to. 2 Max C's just because Max C is really good against the majority of this format right now. Being able to stop your play, especially if you lose a die roll and you're forced to go second, just be able to have something for that. The 1 Rescue Rabbit's just really good. Be able to explosive, combo off and special gold drivers, special silver birds, whatever you need in order to advance your combos. The 2 Desires actually worked out really well for me today just because, it helped you get deeper into your combo plays, and I really didn't banish too many things. I think one game I banished 1 full Metalfoes fusion and nothing really else besides that. I think maybe a couple times I banished maybe a counter or something like that, but otherwise it worked fairly well. MSD, the 2 MSDs just kind of similar about with Archfiend Eccentric. I wasn't too really worried about back row, but this helped with the combination, making sure I can pop that and then search a Metalfoe and add that to my hand and continue on with my combos. 2 Painful Decision, same kind of logic as the Pot of Desires. You want to see it, but you don't want to draw multiples. And so I only played 2, and it worked out perfectly for me. The 1 Metalfoes fusion and the 1 full Metalfoes fusion, like I said earlier, I think I maybe banished full Metalfoes fusion 1 time with Desires. Otherwise, I never really banished them at all, and I only ever needed 1 of them. And then, for me, this format, traps are not really that good, and this is a combo-based deck. And so I'm already playing the 2 Maxis, which are not basically combo cards. And so I think for me, the Maxis and the Vanity's Emptiness, you have to play, just because they're so, iconic of what this format is. Your goal is to be able to shut down your opponent and make it so they can't play. And so Vanity's Emptiness is really good with that, especially if you can throw a Kieran and a Void Ogre and have a set Vanities is really good. And then the Metalfoes counter and combination just for the aspect as well. And then, let's see here, the side deck, I played 2 Mithrilium. I could only find 2. I wish I could play 3, but when I was there, I brought a lot of these cards, so I didn't have a 3rd Mithrilium, so I only played with 2. And it was alright. Usually, most of the time, I would just shuffle back my Mithrilium with Mithrilium's effect, so I could just keep looping them. Instead, I played 2 Orichalc, which is really good, especially going over different things. People would set Gofus, or they leave Gofus up if you max C them. I had people leave Boombukus up, or they have frogs, whatever like that. Adamante, just for the Zulkin build. And then the 1 Alcahest. Alcahest is mostly really good against ABC. It's alright in the mirror match, just because you can steal certain cards. But a lot of the cards inside the mirror match are normal, so you really can't steal anything with them. The 1 Zulkin, just being able to bring out Void Ogre, Ignister, whenever you need it. I didn't play Crystal Wing. I couldn't find a Crystal Wing at the event. I was filling out my deck list, and I was going through all the cards that I was able to get. And the majority of this deck I got from one of my friends. He let me borrow it. And so I was going through all of it, and I seen that he didn't have a Crystal Wing. And so I couldn't find a Crystal Wing anywhere. So I decided, I decided not to play it. And so it worked fine. There was a couple points that I probably could have used Crystal Wing, but Void Ogre Dragon was probably enough for it. As I said, the Void Ogre Dragon, this card is probably the biggest MVP of the entire weekend. Being able to negate a spell or trap the Paleozoic deck, be able to negate a trap card so they can't chain a Paleozoic, so they can't special it. This against Union Hangers, just so they can't search for other pieces. Aside from Lord Omega, being able to bring counter back from the banished one to the graveyard and shuffle anything from your opponent's hand if you need to snipe anything out of there. The Ignister, just because Ignister is really good for spot removal. If you're playing in the mirror match, you can banish their skill. You can pop their skills to shuffle cards. Vermilion as the out for anti-spell fragrance. Totem Bird, just similar to which one is it? The Void Ogre. Be able to gain a Spiller Trap, and so it's really good against the Paleozoic deck. And then General Rank 4, the Castell, and then the Utopia and the Utopia to Lightning. Then for the side deck, 2 Dankos. Danko is really good against the Paleozoic deck, and any rogue deck that really focuses on back row. I didn't play any. I played 2 Paleozoics, and I didn't play any card in my deck or any really rogue deck. So mostly I just put in work against the Paleozoic deck. DD Crow is mostly for ABCs, Metalfoes being able to take out a Metalfoes fusion if they try and shuffle it back in the deck from the graveyard, being able to banish it so they can't reuse it. 2 Flying C for the ABC, any rogue that relies on Xyz or PK Fire if I ever seen it, which I actually did. And then I actually had a lot of room just because I didn't have many cards with me, so I managed to put in the entire Kaiju and the Slumber Engine. And so this is really good against ABC and then against Metalfoes for the mirror match. The Kaijus are just really good against ABC. If they, for some reason, do not tag out their Dragon Buster, you can really heavily punish them with it. And then Slumber, just be able to board wipe last turn with its effect, and then potentially get a search next turn with the Kaiju, being able to put it on top of something next turn as well. And then just general board wipes, Raigeki, Dark Hole, being able to clear boards, and then just go in for the OTK afterwards.
All right, let's get into your rounds pretty quick here.
Yeah, so round 1, 2-0 Paleozoic Frog. Game 1, he didn't have much to set up well. Game 2, I Dankoed him. Round 2, I played against Paleozoic Frog. Round 1, I won. Round 2, he set 5 and passed. I summoned Danko on him. That was one of the games I really bricked because I drew 2 traps with it. And then he drew Swap Frog for turn and proceeded to go off from there. And then game 3, he didn't open well, and I managed to OTK him from that. Round 3, 2 at ABC. Round 4, 2 at ABC. Round 5 was my loss to PK Fire. I lost game 1. OTK in game 2, and then game 3 he opened Terror Top Anti-Spell on me. Round 6, I 2 at ABC, and then round 7, I drew against Metalfoes into time. And so those were the 7 rounds. The Metalfoes mirror was the last round, the only Metalfoes mirror I've seen all day, so that wasn't too bad. The 3 ABCs were kind of expected. The Paleozoic Frogs, yeah, but the PK Fire was a little out there. Really wasn't expecting to see that, so.
At least you were prepared for it.
Yeah. Ramley Flying Seas put in some good work in there, and then the Maxi main deck, just not being able to out Terror Top Anti-Spell game 3 really wasn't fun, so.
Any shout-outs here?
Yeah, I'd give a couple shout-outs. One to my friends John, Jake, and then Chris, who was a judge at the event, for lending me cards. You're all the real MVPs. The Susias, shout out to them, and then to TSA as well. And then, of course, shout out to Team Jobber, best team out there, hashtag Team D. So, yeah, that's what I probably have to say for that.
All right, man. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.